I hope you guys had a fantastic time because things are about to get really batty here. Okay, enough with the bat puns. Hey everyone, this is Rabbity as well at Animation Bliss, and welcome to another Spotlight Cartoon Corner. So today's Spotlight cartoon we talk about today is Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School, which is a part of Hanna Barbera Superstars 10 series. And before I get into this, here are a few words from the channel. Alright Animaniacs, now let's get on the social media train. Want to chat with us in 100 words or less? Then check out our Twitter account. Want to chat with us within a group? Then check out our Facebook account. Want to get the lowdown on everything dealing with animation on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School is all about Scooby, Shaggy, and Scrappy going to this boarding school that's run by Miss Grimwood. And at first Scooby, Shaggy, and Scrappy thought that this school was going to have human girls in there. But when they found out that the girls in the school are actually monsters, then they tried to hightail it out there, but Miss Grimwood tells them that they signed a contract and they have to stay at the school for a year. So Scooby, Scrappy, and Shaggy ended up staying at the school, and while they're staying at the school, they ended up really liking the girls. And the girls who attended this school are Sabella, who's Dracula's daughter, Winnie, who's the daughter of the Wolfman, Tanis, who's the daughter of the Mummy, Elsa, who's Frankenstein's daughter, and Fanty, who's the daughter of the Phantasm Ghost. And while Scooby, Shaggy, and Scrappy are trying to teach the girls how to play volleyball, they ended up being watched by the big bad of the film, Revolta, who wants to brainwash the girls and turn them into her army so that way she could take over all monsterdom. So what are my thoughts about this movie? I really enjoyed this movie. This was one of those movies I used to watch a lot as a kid, and not only did I enjoy this movie because it was all about Scooby-Doo, and I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan, but I really enjoyed this movie because out of all the movies that came out of the Hanna Barbera Superstars 10 series, this is the one that had the most depth to the characters, and had the most interesting characters as well. I really like the Ghoul Girls themselves, and the Ghoul Girls I'm talking about are Sabella, Elsa, Fanty, Tanis, and Winnie. And I really like those 5 girls the most in this film because they were such interesting characters. The fact that they are monsters who are going to boarding school was really interesting to me because I always love watching films where you have these unusual characters going to school together, and the fact that all these monster girls are daughters of famous monsters like Dracula and the werewolf and the mummy was really interesting to me. But the best part about these characters is their friendly personalities. I love the fact that despite the fact that all the girls are monsters, they're actually very friendly towards Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy, and I love how they're willing to protect them whenever they get into danger. And then another thing I liked about this film were the daughters' relationships with their fathers. Like, you never would have expected characters like Dracula and the Wolfman and the Mummy and the Phantasm Ghost to actually be friendly towards Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy, and then show such care and heartwarmingness towards their own daughters. And I love how these monster characters just care a lot about their own daughters, and that makes them very heartwarming characters in their own right. And that's what I really like about all these characters, is that yeah, they may be creepy on the outside, but they have a big heart on the inside, and I love that aspect to this film. Now, if there was a problem that I have with this film, is that sometimes the animation tends to get a little stilted at times, and this was a thing that's been going on with a lot of 1980s cartoons, where the animation tends to get stilted at times. But then again, the animation in this film is a bit fluid at some points, so I do like that aspect of the animation. And another problem that I had with this film was Revolta herself. Now, I do think that Revolta is a very interesting villain, but I felt like she was just introduced into this movie just so they could have an antagonist for this film, and they didn't really develop her backstory that much. And I would have liked to know more about Revolta as a character and about why she has a beef against the daughter's dads and why she thinks they're weak. I would have liked to have more insight into Revolta's character, and I would have liked to see more scenes with Revolta and how she's trying to go after the girls themselves. Like, I do think her plan about turning the girls into her own army was a really interesting plan, but I wanted to know more about Revolta as herself, and I was hoping that she would be written better as an antagonist for this movie. But overall, I really enjoy Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. I think it's one of the better films of the Hanna Barbera Superstars 10 series. There's a lot of character depth to the characters, and I just love the premise of the movie about Scooby, Shaggy, and Scrappy being forced to teach all these monster girls, and we get to see that the monster girls are a lot more nicer than they look. So I really love that aspect of this film, and so if you're looking for a really good Scooby-Doo movie, I definitely recommend Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. So that's my thoughts on Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, and tell me in the comments down below, have you seen Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School? And if you have, did you like this movie? Did you hate this movie? And what's your favorite animated film that has an all-monster cast? Please feel free to tell me in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rowdy as well at Animation Bliss, and I'll see you guys later.